I know Ligby, but he's not with us. Prof. Khalid, who is also an advisor or economic advisor to the Vice President. My name is Alex Sigbefia, Chief of Staff at the Office of the Vice President. I apologize for not doing that earlier. On that note, Honorable Minister.
Thank you, Honorable Chief of Staff, Office of the Vice President. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic, for now. My brother, the Minister for Transport, colleagues, members of Parliament and deputy ministers, my brothers and sisters forming the government, senior government officials, leaders of the various unions, good morning. Your Excellency, we are highly elated with your presence here. We know it's an emergency meeting, but with your presence will have a solution to this problem. My brothers and sisters, this problem has not just happened. We have been solving it as a government, but we have just come. The Ghana Private Road Transport Union has always been assisted by the NDC government with buses to help in the transportation of commuters. Rawlings' time, he did it. In 2009, when we came to office, President Atta Mills, the late President Atta Mills of blessed memory, also did it by donation of U-turn buses. And that is why the famous U-turn bus came popular in this country. In 2014 to 2015, His Excellency, the President of the Republic, President Mahama, also continued with the establishment of Ayalolo buses and also augmented the Kufuor buses. And that has been the trend. But for the past 10 years, there has not been retooling in all of these unions. And that's why the problem is happening. When I assumed office as minister responsible for local government, I called Ayalolo boss. We gave you 200 buses in 2016. 2014, tell me, how many buses have you added? He said 0. And I said, tell me why I should allow you to be there. If 200 buses, they are all depreciating, they are all running down. You are not increasing the fleet. Then, based on that, step aside. A new boss came in. And, Your Excellency, what I will need from you, when the new boss came in and realized the problem, he went to Spanish embassy. They wanted to give us a grant. All that they needed was for the Minister for Finance to give a letter of no objection. We followed, and I think with your presence, it will be given. If that one comes, the current ND of Ayalolo buses will get a grant of 1 million euros to be able to augment the fleet of Ayalolo. And we will need your intervention for the Minister of Finance to give that letter of no objection. The Spanish ambassador has been following me for that. We need that one. After that, Your Excellency, the Ayalolo buses are not only in Accra. We have some in Kumasi. But Kumasi, this crisis is not there. We have some in Tamale. We have some in Takoradi. So when my brother called, the MD said we should give him the go-ahead to go to Kumasi and bring some. Go to Takoradi and bring some. I said, how am I going to solve this politically? So if we cannot bring those that are in the other cities, because the company was registered that it can work. Ayalolo is a company registered by Ghana, so it can work in any other city. But when there is crisis here and you call and people are pulling, we have to let them come in. Then finally, the problem is not for only me and my brother. There are places when you take car that they should go, they will say the road is not good, I will not go. So we need to bring my brother, the road minister, in so that the intra roads that are not motorable, and because of that, commuters and vehicles don't want to go there. We take expeditious actions on those areas. And when these 3 things are fixed, with the finance minister, when bringing the media budget, he will do the magic Rawlings did, the magic Atta Mills did, the magic Mahama did. He will do it again. So that we buy some of the U-turn buses or other buses and support the unions as we used to do. You can't use 1 year to solve 10 years problem. If 10 years, 20 years, somebody did it, 10 years, somebody did it. And now we have just come. And the pressure is on us. You see that a sitting vice president has visited us. It tells you how sensitive the matter is and how we want to help you. So we may not want to blame you, but bear with us that we are in crisis. Don't let us be giving excuses. And don't let us be shaking responsibilities and be shifting blames. that it is you, it is me, you are doing this, I'm doing this. There's a problem. The president has identified it. Let's support government to function. If you don't do that as private road transporters, and government decide to bring as many as possible vehicles to augment the public fleet, where will the private sector stand? So we need complementary effort in this. It is not only government to be shifting blames and this and this and that. Thank you, Your Excellency, for the opportunity. I strongly believe the problem will be solved.
When the ministers speak like that, transport and local government, then I know that Ghana is in a good place. And President Mahama is on course. We are victims of our own success, but we are not afraid of it. We will deal with it. On that note, I will ask who is going to be your representative to speak on your behalf for the unions. We can't have every union speak. Yeah, so one person must speak for everybody. Just general, you are having your meeting separately, all of you have but we just want one person.
Felicia, yes, sir. The transport in the country is different.
Yes, I know that.
We have the passengers and we have the cargos.
Yes.
So if one man can speak for the passengers, then what about the cargos? Those who are carrying food stuff from
the passengers can speak. The cargo has never spoken yet. Cargo is carried, but the cargo can't speak. Human beings are carried; they can speak. So I'm not demeaning you. What I'm saying is,
all of us need help.
Yes, I agree. The truth of the matter is that you are having a meeting with the transport minister, the local government minister, and their deputies. The actual nitty-gritty is being dealt with. We just want one person to kind of summarize or talk to us because the vice president's here. If not, everybody will have a right to speak, and the time is not our friend. So we just want one person to speak to all the issues. Thank you.
Sir, the Executive Secretary of Joint Association of Port Transport Unions. So they call it, unfortunately, he can't find it.
Can we ask the Executive Secretary to come in? What's his name?
Musa. Ibrahim Musa.
Ibrahim Musa. Ah, okay, there you are. Thank you. So can I now know, are you going to speak? Thank you so much. So on that note, please give us a short rendition of some of your concerns and what the issues may or may not be. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the Acting President, our Minister of Transport, and your Deputy. Yes, I'm going there. The local government minister, the person I've been looking for to meet him one-on-one for years. I've not met him. Today, I've had the chance. Your Excellency, it's good that we will just give you a gist of what is our problems. But I wish if I had spoken first before he spoke. It appears he has taken off all the things we will have put on paper to speak. Very excellent. And then to build on that, we would want to begin to see JM1, like he said, did not only provide Ayalolo, did not provide Metromal, but he also brought in Isuzu buses from Egypt and gave to us. That's one area that I did. But you know, what we are currently having, the issues we are having and contending from 2023 and 2024 seems to be repeating itself. Whenever there's a budgetary allocation and then they go to share, they allocate how much they'll give to Metro Mass, how much they give to STC, and forget us. Now, this issue was hard hit So we had to go and approach Callistus and said that all our letters to have a meeting with the president had not yielded the results. So he agreed that for the whole of August, he was so busy, he will go to travel. But he stated 10th September for us, and really we met His Excellency the President. That meeting, we had tabled issues there to meet him and discuss. And among them was the buses they had brought to us from Egypt were highly compromised in terms of quality. What we went there as a delegation and inspected and was brought was the engine, 6-cylinder engines were inspected, came down as 4-cylinder engines. The axle width and then the air conditioning motors were all compromised. So it didn't yield the results it was supposed to have yielded. We mentioned this to him. And again, we said that our problem is that from where we had met in 2016, I'm talking now, all the cars are now old. People complain. And like I did mention earlier before, Your Excellency, is that most of them will work one day, tomorrow they will not work. They're all at the shops. And then somebody in his publication will say, we have which needs holistic attention. But if efforts are not made to resource us, the problem going may not go. And I believe last month, I think, was it November, we were made to go to China to inspect some buses and then for them to see how they can get them. I think the chief of staff, he assured that they will get a particular bank that will go and do the LC or guarantee to make sure we have those vehicles. But the problem is that what they intend to bring more are gearing towards the EVs. And the situation in Ghana now, EVs, even Accra, I can assure that you cannot have more any better charging terminals dotted all over. We have only few. So if we have EVs, I will share these cars to all those from Tamale and all the north. Where will they get charging terminals? So we went and said no. Where the charging terminals cannot be reached. And then the rest who are EVs can be shared in Ghana here, in Accra here. You see, all of us here are singing the same song. If you ask us, we say we don't have cars. If you ask consent, they say they don't have cars. If you ask GSCC, same problem. And like I said, our good friend, the local government minister, had said what we should have said, but he has said it for us. So, considerably, once we don't have time, we think that the best request among all the things we had listed is that we need more cars. That can cure this problem. These artificial storages cannot come. And when we even have cars of that nature, and then we put them all on a particular terminal, and then the evening time is up, and then somebody intentionally don't come and then go and pass over to go off-road and charge extra peso, then that person will be, this car will be seized. It will be a pinning point for everybody to do what is right. We know compliance in Ghana here is always a bit difficult unless you add more force on it. And I think we will do the right thing when you work on it, and then we'll get this new fleet. Excellency, thank you.
We are encouraged by your words, and I'm thanking you for being succinct but to the point. Mr. Minister, at this juncture, with your permission, I would hand the mic over to, unless you want to do it, sir.
Let me still express my joy with the meetings we had with the union and all gathered here this morning. I earlier on said we are blessed by the presence of Her Excellency, Madam Vice President. As a mother of the country, her children have spoken. She has listened to us. And I want all of us to remain quiet whilst we listen to our mother with the words of encouragement that she wants to give to us and with the support she is coming from the presidency with the president to give to us. We today are complaining. I know, time to come. As said by my colleague, if for over 10 years all these institutions are not here with this problem, I believe Madam Vice President is here with good news. She's going to back us. The President will back us. And the good news is already clear, that if someone does not show concern on your problems, he will never offer advice or solutions to those problems. For her taking the pain to be here, leaving all the other activities, the President is not in the country. If you enter her office, so many issues are before her, people are there to see her, but she's here. That concern alone has solved this problem. So once again, Madam Vice President, your children want to hear your good voice and sweet voice, and we know that as a mother, we will all live here smiling. I thank you, and may you please welcome Madam Vice President.
Thank you very much, Minister. Please allow me to address everybody who is here, the ministers, union leaders and members of the press. Actually, I think I can address everyone as colleagues and friends. Is that okay? All right, then colleagues and friends. Good morning. And Minister, thank you for the kind introduction and for putting the smiles on all our faces. Yes, it's a difficult time and we need to show concern. So this explains the primary reason for being here. I'll go on to read my address, but at the same time, I also want to respond to some of the feel I'm getting in the room. I'm getting the sense that this is a shared responsibility. So I'm not the only one who has left what I'm doing. You've also left whatever you are doing so that we can all come together and find solutions. So I want to thank you for it. I was made aware earlier in the day that you had a meeting. So also thank you for your indulgence because we have more or less disrupted your meeting. But I'm also very, very much concerned that at the end of your meeting, you get more details that the ministers can share with us so that we can all team together in finding a solution. It's not an amusing situation. I've gone to the market, I've gone to school, I've gone wherever I need to go to, and I need to return. And having queues all over the place is not the most effective way of anybody spending their time, especially if you consider the kinds of frustrations that the situation is causing. As the Chief of Staff, my Chief of Staff has said, we can also become victims of our own success. You know, when we saw the crowds in town, we all thought, oh, it's just Christmas, which was more or less expected. But it doesn't look like the crowd has left. And therefore, there are persistent issues, and we need to resolve them. So the transport sector seemed to have been waiting to exhale, and you are now exhaling, which is good. But in the process of exhaling, we need to team up and resolve the issues. So these are some of the comments I need to make. And I also appreciate your impatience in getting the problems resolved. Yes, even if for 10 years you haven't had support, it doesn't mean that going forward you should never get support. So we understand, but we also want to plead for your patience. We all know the situation. We all know all kinds of deaths and situations we need to resolve. We are not complaining. We are just asking everybody's support everybody's patience in finding solutions that work for the benefit of all of us in this country. So on behalf of His Excellency the President, I want to thank you very, very much for your support and cooperation, which you have demonstrated so far. And I know we can count on it going forward. And especially for making the effort to meet with us this morning. I'm very, very grateful. And I also want to thank you for your support for the, is it the 15% reduction or so? Yes. And this is important because it cushions commuters. And who are the commuters? If they're not from my home, excuse me to say they are from your home. So they are it's about all of us. So thank you very, very much. But recently we have received all the reports about the stresses that commuters are facing, especially during rush hours in the morning and worse in the evening. I saw one and it wasn't amusing at all, you know. And sometimes the problem is caused by all kinds of situations, including even exploitation by some of our own drivers. Some long queues at bus stops and terminals, congestion, and all kinds of stresses that come. So we depend on you for all of us to reach our workplaces, our schools, our markets, wherever we need to go. And this is also the trust of your responsibility. And we know and we expect that this responsibility will be grounded in fairness, in respect. So I want to encourage open communication for all of us to resolve the issues. So this meeting is very, very important for us. We want to ensure that no passenger feels exploited. And at that time, it's not just for the drivers or the passengers, but for all of us. It has implications for every sector, the road, the transport. If I'm sick and I'm going to the hospital, and the driver tells me that where I live has a bad road, and so he's not coming to support me, we can all know the implications. So it's a very, very important. So we want to organize and expand our transport services to promote and improve access to ensure affordability and security too for the motoring public. We are taking steps. So we are therefore taking steps to improve the public transport system, not only by retooling, but also, of the state services, but especially of the private sector too. And I hope that answers your concern about the support that you need. So I'm happy to see the smile on you coming. So, and the private sector with new high occupancies in order to augment the services. We also have plans to ensure that those that need to be repaired, that the process is expedited.
But do it well. I'm not happy.
At this juncture, Mr. Minister, as I have indicated, we will be going to Metromas from here, and then after a very short visit there, we'll move to Ayalolo. But before we do that, we will ask to have a group photograph downstairs in the forecourt. So if the cameras could leave us and go and station straight away, and then the union will move out. So we'll leave Madam, or we'll take, all of you should hold fire. We will take Madam to the minister's office first. And when you're all ready, we'll come and fetch her. Take, and then we move to Metromas. Thank you very much. So media, if you wait, everybody wait. Let us take Madam out first. Thank you very much.